and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Segenhm, and in today's video I put together a part 2 to my meal prep for the week video. If you guys haven't watched that video yet, I'll link it right over here and in the description box below. But I got a lot of love on that video. You guys really enjoyed how I make my meals for the week, so I put together a part 2 of new recipes that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. So if you're ready to see how I make these quick and easy meals for the week, continue watching. But first, before we get started, you already know I have to give a major shout out to the following people right over here. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot. If you guys want a shout out like them, all you have to do is click the notification bell. Let me know that you're a new subscriber in the comment section down below, and I'll give you guys a shout out on my next video. All right, so without further ado, let me break down what I made for the week. So for meal number 1, we made this delicious, and when I tell you scrumptious, like I couldn't stop eating it. It is this beautiful honey garlic salmon with homemade honey garlic sauce, by the way. A lot of you guys actually hit me up from a couple videos ago asking me how I made the honey garlic sauce. It is super easy. It wasn't from the can, and you can actually use it for other meats. So say for instance, if salmon isn't your thing, you can use it for chicken, which I absolutely love, or shrimp, which is like another really good alternative, or even beef. You can really do whatever you want with it. But I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make the salmon, and I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make my honey garlic sauce from scratch, from home, nothing from a bottle, and it's really super easy to make. My mouth is actually watering and I'm just describing the food. Anyways, that's meal number 1. We're gonna put the salmon on top of a beautiful bed of cauliflower rice, or riced cauliflower. Always flip flop. Anyway, if you guys are not a fan of riced cauliflower and want to substitute the riced cauliflower for, you know, rice or even pasta, you can do so as well. But if you're on like a keto diet or you're trying to stay away from carbs, then I would highly suggest riced cauliflower. All right, so meal number 2, we are going to make a delicious quesadilla. We're gonna make a quesadilla 2 ways. We're gonna make it in the traditional way with our tortilla. We're gonna stuff that with beautiful vegetables, beans, corn, sauteed bell peppers, onions, and also some spinach. And honestly guys, it's really, really, really good. If you haven't given this a try, make sure you stick around because I'm gonna show you guys how I make that as well. But as an alternative to meal number 2, if you are trying to, again, kind of watch your carb intake and want it completely keto, I substituted it with riced cauliflower, but this time around, I actually chopped up some parsley and added some lime. And for meal number 3, I'm gonna be showing you guys how I make this very simple, goof-proof chicken kale salad. You guys already know I love making quick and easy meals, and also something that's really super easy that anybody can do. But this kale salad, I promise you guys, anybody can make this in like less than 10 minutes. But like I mentioned earlier with the salmon, you can always substitute the chicken for chickpeas, broccoli, if you want to make it, you know, vegetarian. So without further ado, let's get started with this meal prep. I am so pumped. I am so excited because you guys absolutely loved part 1. And another thing that I want to mention before I show you guys how to make all of these meals. 1, I got a lot of feedback of how much you guys love the grocery list in the description box. So I've left my grocery list for all of these meals in the description box for you. So after you guys watch this video and you guys are, you know, at the grocery store and you're prepping for your meal prep for Sunday, for the week, you guys can always click the link of this video and then take a look at the description box because the entire grocery list will be there for you guys. So major shout out to everybody that gave me great feedback on that. I made sure I included it on this video as well. And number 2, I just want to make a note that all of these meals are very beginner friendly. I like to make sure that with my meal prep videos, I kind of show everything that's super simple that anybody can do. You don't have to be super experienced in the kitchen to make these meals, but I also like to make sure that they're super tasty as well. So enough with the talking, let's get to cooking. All right, so let's get started with our salmon. I'm gonna start cutting the salmon into pieces, and then we're going to marinate the salmon. So I cut the salmon into pieces, but I'm gonna actually add it to a container. That way it can marinate for us. So I'm just gonna put it in this container. If you guys don't have a container, you guys can also use Ziploc bags and store it in the fridge or the freezer as well. So to get started on the marinade, I'm gonna add some soy sauce, some honey, some fresh black pepper, olive oil, and I'm gonna be also adding a few cloves of garlic. You guys already know how much I love my garlic press, so I'm gonna be using that to get all the garlic in there. Oh, it smells so good. Holy smokes, already. I'm also gonna add in a bit of water because the soy sauce is super salty. So after I add all of that in, I'm just gonna whisk it all together. Oh, it smells really good. And I didn't add any additional salt because, like I said, the soy sauce is super salty anyway. So once that's all mixed in, I'm going to add it to our salmon. So I'm gonna pour half of the mixture and we're gonna save some till after, once we take it out of the oven. I'm gonna make sure it's all nice. Ooh, making a mess here. So I'm gonna make sure the salmon is all nice and coated in our marinade. So I'm gonna store this in the fridge, and while we wait for the salmon to marinate, I'm gonna get started on the chicken. All right, so let's get started with our chicken quesadillas. So I'm gonna cut up some chicken breasts and I'm going to place it in this bowl here, and then we're gonna marinate it as well. Something very simple, again, nothing too complicated. I'm just going to cut it into strips. Perfect, so our chicken is ready to go, so I'm going to get started on the marinade. So first and foremost, we're gonna start off with very simple ingredients, a bit of salt, not too much though, and a bit of pepper. I'm gonna add in a little bit of olive oil, just a bit. I'm also gonna be adding my favorite spice. You guys already know if you watch part 1, I love cumin. So I'm gonna add a bit of cumin. I'm also gonna be adding fajita mix. So I love this. It was on sale at the grocery store and I always love grabbing fajita mix or taco mix, and I like to add it to this meal. It makes it super easy and super fast. And it smells really good. So I'm gonna be adding a lime. I just quickly rinse this, but I'm also gonna be rolling it so it's easier to get the juices out. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cut it up and I'm gonna be adding it. And it makes it far more easier to get all that juice out. Oh, it smells so good. It's not even cooked yet. So I added quite a bit of chicken, so I'm gonna be using 1 whole lime for this recipe. So with our clean hands, we're going to mix all that in. And it smells amazing, guys. Look at that. Oh, and we can't forget about our garlic. Let's add some garlic to this. So I'm gonna add a couple cloves of garlic just to level it up, because why not? I'm gonna get my handy dandy garlic press. Press that in. Beautiful. So I'm just gonna quickly do one last mix because we added our garlic. Oh my God, why? My mouth is watering and we haven't even like cooked anything yet, but this marinade smells amazing. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna quickly wash my hands. I'm gonna seal it up with some saran wrap and then we're gonna let that do its thing and we're gonna work on the next meal. The key is to actually start on whatever is going to take the longest to make. So I like to start on meats because veggies and if I'm making rice or anything else does not take nearly as long as chicken or salmon or even beef. So it's really important if you're gonna be doing any meal prep to do the meats and pretty much the proteins and get that out of the way. Let's get our salmon prepared. So I just took this out of the fridge and it's marinated quite nicely. If you guys actually marinate it overnight, it would be even better. For the purpose of this video, you can marinate it for about an hour, which is what I did. And I'm going to place it on my baking sheet here. Oh my God. The smell of this marinade is so good. I have my oven preheated at 375. And what's really great about salmon, it doesn't take very long to cook. So I'm really excited that this meal prep won't take hours to make. All right, just gonna spread that out so that they can all fit. And there we go. And so there is excess marinade, so I'm just going to drizzle it on top. And we still have our extra on the side that I'm gonna show you guys how to make into a really, really nice sauce. All right, so our salmon is looking good. So I'm gonna add this to the oven at 375. So as the chicken is marinating, I'm gonna get started on the vegetables. So I'm just going to cut up some bell peppers. I absolutely love bell peppers. I almost add them to every meal, I think, at this point. So I'm just gonna take all the seeds out, just like that. I'm gonna do the same on the other half. I'm actually gonna be cutting them like this. And I'm gonna add them to a bowl. I'm also gonna be cutting some red onions because it wouldn't be a quesadilla without red onions and bell peppers. Or it could, I don't know, that's how I like that's how I like my quesadillas. And you guys already know how much I love onion. So this part I don't really like. I try to take out this membrane part. It's kind of annoying. I just don't like chewing on it, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna add it to our bowl here. I'm gonna do the same on the other side. So I'm just gonna get my red onion. I'm just going to peel off the skin. I'm probably gonna use half of the red onion, to be honest. So I'm just gonna cut it up like that. And I'm gonna put the other half to the side. And I'm just going to peel the skin. Ooh, my eyes are burning. So I'm just gonna do a rough chop. And again, I just quickly rinse the red onion. just gonna spread that over onto our bowl here. Beautiful. Looking good. Oh, it looks so festive. Look at this. Oh, I get so excited. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave that and put it to the side, and we're gonna get started on sauteing the chicken. So for the chicken, I'm gonna place the heat at a medium-high, and I'm just gonna add some olive oil to our pan. All right, so our pan is ready, so it's time to add our chicken. Oh, our chicken smells so good. All right, so I'm gonna add our chicken to our pan here. Trying to get all that flavor in there. So I'm gonna let the chicken do its thing, but in the meantime, I'm gonna show you guys how I make my honey garlic sauce for the salmon. Listen, let me show, okay guys, when I tell you this honey garlic sauce it's so good, I promise you guys, and it's so easy to make. It's like, you know when you make something and you're just like, wait, it tastes like I bought it, it actually tastes like takeout. That's what this honey garlic sauce tastes like. I'm salivating because it's that good. So to get started, I'm gonna put the heat at a medium-high. So I'm just mixing up our mixture here, and I'm just gonna add it to our pan. I added a bit more garlic and also a little bit more honey to sweeten things up a little bit. But I'm just gonna mix that in, get that to a nice little simmer, and then I'm going to put the heat at a low. So our chicken is sizzling away. I know you guys can hear it, so I'm gonna flip the chicken now. So I'm gonna let the chicken cook, and then we're gonna set the chicken aside and then saute the vegetables. So the soy sauce is simmering away. At this point, I'm gonna add a bit of cornstarch, but I'm gonna mix it in with a bit of water as well, so that way it can thicken up our sauce. So I have my cornstarch water mixture, and I'm just gonna add that into our sauce. And then again, this is to help us out with thickening our sauce. I'm just gonna add that in there. Sorry, my fan was on. So I added the cornstarch. I already can see it thickening up a little bit. But again, if you do make the sauce at home, I will caution you guys to make sure it's at a low heat, or else it will overspill, and that's gonna be a mess to clean up. So make sure you keep an eye on this. All right, so I just turned off the heat, and I'm going to place the chicken onto a dish and put it off to the side. And then we are going to saute the vegetables that we just chopped up. It smells so good, guys. Oh my God. So at a medium-high heat, I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Just a bit. There we go. And next, I'm going to add all of our vegetables. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt. And a little bit of black pepper. And I'm gonna also add a bit of smoked paprika, just to give it some more flavor. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. I'm gonna give that a quick toss. There we go. So I'm gonna turn off the heat for the vegetables. I like to have a bit of crunch with my vegetables, so I am going to place them in a bowl, and we are almost done with our meal. It's that easy, guys. Super duper easy. All right, so we have all of our vegetables in our bowl here, and I'm just gonna leave it and put it to the side. All right, so for our last meal, I'm gonna chop up some chicken breasts. But since this is a salad, you can always substitute the chicken for chickpeas if you wanna keep it completely vegetarian, or you can even substitute the chicken for shrimp, which I absolutely love. So we chopped up our chicken, and next we're gonna add it to our pan. But before we do that, I'm just gonna put the heat at a medium-high so our pan is nice and hot and ready for us. All right, so I have the pan all nice and hot for us. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of olive oil. There we go. So I'm gonna add our chicken. So to the chicken, I'm gonna add some black pepper, some salt, some cumin. You guys already know how much I love cumin. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that, and some smoked paprika. Gonna add that. I'm gonna bring the heat down just a little bit. I'm gonna let the chicken do its thing, and then we're going to flip. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip our chicken. And I'm also gonna season it on this side as well. Again, with a bit of cumin. Oh, it smells so good. A bit of paprika, and a bit of pepper. All right, so I have my chicken sauteing, but I want to show you guys how beautiful the salmon looks. Look at that. Oh my God. This one broke a little, but she's still cute. How beautiful does this look? So my chicken for the salad is done. So I'm gonna move that over to the side, make sure I turned the burner off. So I'm gonna take this off the burner and get started on my salad. So I picked up the kale salad from the grocery store. It's pre-mixed. It does have its own dressing. And it also has like mixed dried cranberries and nuts, which I find is delicious. But I like to pack it without any dressing. That way nothing wilts and it doesn't taste bitter at the end of the day. So I like to pack it up with some feta cheese, cherry tomatoes, and the chicken that I made. Very simple, very easy, and we're done. All right, so to get started on our quesadilla, I'm gonna take a whole wheat tortilla, place it on a medium heat, and this is the same pan we use to saute our vegetables and make our chicken. So I'm going to add some cheese. I'm also gonna be adding some black beans for that extra protein. I'm also gonna add a little bit of corn. Don't wanna pack this too much because we still got our chicken and our other vegetables. Now I know a few of you guys are gonna feel some type of way about this, but I'm also gonna sneak in some spinach because I need to hide some spinach and make this super duper healthy. Now we could have sauteed the spinach with the vegetables, but it's totally fine. I'm gonna add the vegetables in right now. And I'm also gonna be adding the chicken. Just gonna add the chicken on one side, that way it's easy to flip. Oh, this is super jam-packed. So I'm going to actually bring the heat up just a little bit. That way I can toast both sides. Now this is stuffed. And this is like an entire meal by itself. But for you guys that are watching this that are doing keto, we're gonna be replacing the tortilla with the riced cauliflower with lime and parsley, and it tastes absolutely amazing. And honestly, if you wanna skip the spinach, then you don't have to add the spinach at all. But I just need to add more greens into my diet, so I'm gonna sneak them in whenever I can. Look at that. Look at that. Not your typical tortilla you would order at your fast food spot, but certainly much, much more healthier for you. I'll try my best to flip it. Ah, nice. Nice. It's all nice and toasted on the side. And we're gonna cut it up and then add it to our containers for the week. Look at how beautiful this quesadilla is. So for our chicken quesadilla, in case you guys want to skip on the tortilla in making the quesadilla, you just want like a quesadilla bowl, I'm actually going to add some cauliflower rice, but I'm gonna add 2 ingredients. I'm gonna add some parsley and lime to give it that extra flavor. So for the rice cauliflower, I don't particularly have like a favorite brand. This one in particular is sold at Costco. So I just pick up a bag of these and it comes in 4 pretty decent sized packs. So that's what I use for my rice cauliflower. But like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can always substitute this for rice, pasta, or whatever it is that you like. But again, if you're keto or if you're monitoring your carbs intake and stuff like that, try cauliflower rice or riced cauliflower. I always mix the two, it's so annoying. So I'm just gonna add 1 of the 4 packs of riced cauliflower and add it to our bowl. And next, I'm going to chop up some parsley. Awesome, so I'm gonna add that to our cauliflower rice, or our riced cauliflower. And I'm also gonna add some lime. So I'm just gonna cut that up like that. And then I'm just going to add a squeeze of lime. So I'm just gonna quickly mix that up. And it's just like levels up the cauliflower a little bit. It looks amazing. that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more meal prep videos. It lets me know to create more videos like this for you guys. Remember to share this video with your family and friends. Let me know what your favorite meal was in the comment section down below. Rank your top 3. I mean, if I were to rank them, it would be the salmon, the quesadilla, and the salad. Pretty much how I showed you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe and let me know if you're a new subscriber. That way I can give you guys a shout out on my next video. I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.